NFL scouting combine going strong out in Indianapolis, Indiana. Wide receivers kind of taking center stage, speaking at the podium. They'll go through the drills tomorrow, and quarterbacks on the podium as well today. But the Browns, we know that the Browns have spoken to a number of the wide receiving candidates out at the combine. Most of these from various reports, but the players confirming it at their podium interviews today. Xavier Worthy, the speedster from Texas, Troy Franklin from Oregon, Ladd McConkey from Georgia, Jermaine Burton from Alabama, and Malik Washington from Virginia. All from various reports have confirmed that they have had formal interviews with the Browns and talked to them in Indianapolis at the scouting combine. Let's welcome in Tim Bielik from the Plain Dealer as well as cleveland.com. Tim, those are some of the names that we're hearing that might be available in that late second round range where the Browns will have the first pick. Of those guys, who kind of jumps out? Who do you like? Who do you kind of hope slides down to 54 where the Browns will be picking?
Well, to me, of that group of receivers, the two that really stand out to me are Troy Franklin and Ladd McConkey. Both those guys are very different players. Franklin's kind of a more lanky guy at about 6'3", but has incredible wheels, can really fly, kind of a true big play threat. And he is, to me, this year what I think Marvin Mims was last year. And in the way that I felt like when I watched Oregon play, every time I did, Troy Franklin did something. And, Marvin Mims was the same way last year, and that's why I was a big Mims guy. I'm also a big Franklin guy. And with Ladd McConkey, quick, faster than you think. He has high-end acceleration, so he can change gears extremely well. And he's more dynamic than people realize. I always point to that Orange Bowl touchdown he had against Florida State where it was supposed to be a double pass, and he didn't throw it because there was no way open. So he reversed the field and went, I think, 40-plus yards for a touchdown. So there's a lot to love about Ladd McConkey. I don't know if either of those guys would be there at 54 for the Browns. They might have to trade up to get one of them. But of the other three, I think Worthy intrigues me so. I just want to see, kind of how fluid he can be. We all know he's got incredibly fast speed. I know he's thrown out there. He wants to, try and get in the 4.2s. We'll see how close he gets when the receivers run the 40. But I'm kind of more interested in the fluidity of Xavier Worthy. How well can he change directions without losing a lot of that speed?
Yeah, he was. I did catch a portion of his podium interview, and he was asked about the drops, and he said it's more of a focus issue than anything mechanical or anything like that. So hopefully a little bit more intensity, and he ratchets that up, and he can get rid of those drops. The speed is intriguing without question.
Yeah, the kind of speed you can't teach. I mean, it's the kind that obviously the Browns were hoping to get with Anthony Schwartz and Marquise Goodwin. Those two didn't work out, for different reasons. But I think if you add Worthy, you add another guy who has a deep threat ability, and with Deshaun Watson, a guy who's willing to take shots, that might be worth, taking a gamble on at 54.